What you have said in many places are absolutely marvellous sayings.
Thank you, sir.
I would like just to say that we will treat all your questions and all your insights in much greater detail in the course of the discussion.
Yes, sir.
I want to treat one thing. You've said that both the cell and the human brain have real inner components of orderliness.
Yes.
Now, you may not know this, but in the 1970s, in Switzerland, a laboratory set up by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi found that there was tremendous coherence, that is to say, correlations in the functioning between different parts of the brain.
Yes.
When you went to the deepest levels of meditation. In fact, one can almost judge the depth of meditation by the extent of the coherence produced in the cortex of the person concerned. And at the deepest levels of meditation, when, in keeping with the tradition, the subject's breathing was observed to stop for 30 or 40 seconds, when they came out of it, during that time period, they found that there was 100% coherence all over the cortex in the beta bands, the alpha bands, the theta bands, and the delta bands. In other words, your insight that consciousness is actually connected, Deepak, your insight that your consciousness is actually connected to correlations and coherence in the brain is absolutely spot on and was verified or actually discovered
Yes.
and proclaimed about 37, 38 years ago. It's absolutely fundamental. Now, one thing that happens when you come to the living cell, you made remarks which were so parallel to those of my great friend, Professor Brian Ford, who's an honorary fellow of King's College, Cambridge, that I couldn't believe you hadn't been reading his works. Brian Ford produced an article in the New Scientist summarizing some of his recent papers about 3 or 4 years ago. And what Brian told us was that cells, as individual entities, have incredible capacities for intelligence and intelligent functioning. The idea that conveniently originated with a great MIT scientist, that actually a nervous system cell just has an on state and an off state, and you can analyze the Warren McCulloch's idea that we can analyze the nervous system through the on and off states of the neurons is severely underestimating a neuron's inherent intelligence. And what Brian Ford described is the shell building capacity of an amoeba. An amoeba can accumulate a pile of little bricks and build them into a shell to keep itself wet during the dry season. A paramecium, two paramecium, will circle each other, decide whether they like each other or not. And if they do, they merge completely, and out of that merging emerges 30 or 40 new little paramecia. Now, this is a kind of intelligent functioning on which we can only...
Alex, before consciousness is intelligence. What everybody understands, intelligence. Intelligent machines, intelligence. Yeah. Are we able to understand what intelligence is? And can machines have intelligence? Of course, we talk about intelligent machines. Today we are surrounded by intelligent machines. The question came, how do we define intelligence? This came from Turing, right? At that time, can machines be endowed with intelligence? And the Turing test came. At that time, what is the Turing test? And can machines exceed human intelligence at certain levels? So he said that this issue of intelligence is a very relative issue. It's kind of, and he designed a Turing test on that thing. So can we also have some sort of a test for consciousness? So now we want to unfold, because see, we are also exploring as we have our own researches, we are also exploring ourselves this very fascinating area of consciousness.